Sorry, I
Okay.
had an internet issue.
Okay.
But thank you, Erin, for having me. My name is Simon Wafubwa. I'm the team leader at EnWealth Financial Services. We are a pension provider looking after assets of around 850 million USD in 3 countries, Kenya, Uganda, Mauritius. Our passion is to see that we secure a lifetime of financial well-being and dignity for our customers, and happy to join the conversation. I wanted just to say is that the first pillar is that we need to build income abilities. So there are 3 levels of income ability. One is that you need to earn the income to be able to save it. And that has to do with within the abilities for attracting money our way. There are 3 things. Money need to trust us to flow our way. So the first one is competency. You need to be good by way of skill to solve a problem in the ecosystem of resources around you. Number 2, when money settle comes, it's sort of a relationship with the spouse. If it's abusive, it will go. So that has to do with the character. And then the third one is credibility. What's our track record of relating with money? So I think once we deal with that, the pillar number 2 then is that part of the pullback around disposable income is what we call plaque tax. So the levels of dependence in Africa is extremely high. And unfortunately, when you look at the way most of us manage money, we don't have a personal strategic plan. Not many people actually have what you call the money vision, because money answers to why. We tend to focus more on how than the why.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the starting point should be, why should one have money? That's the money vision. Then you go to the how. The how is, so in what channels are you going to earn that money? And that can be either as an employee or you are a business owner, and whether an employee or a business owner, so trust is key. Steve Covey would say, in the ecosystem of high trust environment, you get resources quickly, cheaply. And I defined trust, competency, character, credibility. Now, once...
Oh, yeah. I think,
Irene, you know,
we kind of lost you there. So you're going to have to repeat that point. Yeah. The last point.
You can hear me?
Now we can. Yeah. Repeat the last point.
Okay. I don't know at what point you lost me.
You were going about the third character.
Yes. So I was just talking about that in the ecosystem of trust, then we have to ensure that there's character, credibility, and competency. And I have come across cases where someone is honestly incompetent. You see, you can't attract wealth your way. You have the character, you're okay, but when it comes to delivery, because you don't have the requisite competency, the skill set, whether as a business or as an individual, people won't trust you with opportunities. So it helps to actually balance those 3 items that I have talked about. Now, once money has come, and I share this jokingly, Irene, money like to stay in a tranquil, peaceful environment, not in a very noisy, annoying environment. But to grow it, allow me just to run you through a script that I developed. And this is just to relate some football lessons around growing wealth. 1, each football team has a coach. So you need a money coach. Irene is here, Edward is here, Jerry is here. No matter the talents we have, the coach helps us to bring the best out of us from an external view. Number two, each team has diversification of players. The strikers are equities. The midfielders are fixed income securities. They once in a while pass liquidity through balls. Defense, real estate. They hedge against capital erosion.
Yeah.
So diversification is key. In a VUCA world we are in, sustainability and resilience works better when you have diversified your portfolio. VUCA, extremely volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. For example, in Kenya, the day Russia hits Ukraine, a day after, our stock market lost 92B.
Yeah.
It's the world we are in. Now, number three is substitutes are allowed. And you find someone is emotionally connected to an asset, is underperforming, upload a land, and is actually earning a return of say 2%. But say for example in Kenya, you get that same land, you put in a government bond, you are getting a return of say 13% or 12%, far much higher. So you get people who are asset rich, cash poor. Doesn't work better.
Yeah.
Number four, it helps. Each team has a strategy. There's no team that doesn't have a strategy. So it helps to have a personal strategic plan, even in terms of your wealth creation agenda. And so within what value system
Oh, Simon.
important, because in there,
Simon, we
often
missed that. Simon, we're still struggling with connectivity. We missed that. I don't know if there is.
You can hear me now?
Now we can, yeah.
Okay, so just to wrap it up, I was saying that often for parents, they work so hard to focusing on what they are living for their children, but it's not so much. That's the value system. Because once you deal with that, they will grow what you leave them with them. Probably the last two around football lessons is that work with the end in the mind. On minute 90th, the game must end. Even if we have some extra time, the game will end. And so whether it's at retirement planning at age 60, 65, people will leave employment. So it's important to work with the end in the mind. And then finally, each team has a cheering squad. There are times in life you need people to stand by you when things are not very good, to cheer you up. Thank you. Allow me to comment make one comment on what Njeri had said. Generally, if you eat your future now, your future will have nothing else to eat other than you.
Your future will eat you.
Yes.
You
so
heard that.
It requires to think about the future now and planning about it now. Life is intentional, including saving and investment. Things don't just happen. They are caused to happen. So number two, I think we have lost, most people in Africa have lost their savings and their investments because of what Njeri was talking about.
Yeah, I think and Ozas. You just have to bring, you'll have to bring Simon back at a time when he has better connectivity. It's just kind of, every time you get to a very interesting topic, then it gets disconnected. So you were saying,
Can you me?
now we can, but we'll wait and hope that this time it doesn't disconnect. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just saying that about, I think it was yesterday, Kenyans are leading in Africa on crypto. And other markets, South Africa, Nigeria, also quite close. As a percentage of the population compared to US, we seem to be even far ahead. But a few weeks ago, a substantial number of Kenyans have lost money in crypto. I therefore said, I'm not saying crypto is bad or not. Mine is just to say there's necessity for due diligence. And how does that happen? Check out whichever investment or saving, who is a regulator? Is a product licensed? What is the track record of the provider who is selling that product to you? Now, diving further, what are the opportunities for savings investment? One can save through a pension. Pension is for income replacement at retirement, and that can be by way of annuity for life or embodied in that a healthcare cover for life, because health insurance is a part of risk mitigation at retirement. Now, for most part of the continent of Africa, saving through pension, you save on tax as well, and is quite securely provided within the legislative framework. So you grow your wealth. The easiest way to work out your income replacement at retirement, Irene, if you have say 20 million and you want to just quickly work out what's my monthly like for life at age 60, you just take 1% of your lump sum. So if you have 20 million, 1%, that's 200,000 for life. Just by the way, estimate. So pension is one avenue for saving. Number two, of course, I know Irene will talk about the insurance-related products. The other one is you can save through a SACCO. You can save through a CHAMA as well, some of the common opportunities. The key thing is to assess your risk and return expectation guided by the why you are saving and investing. So that will lead you to the provider and the kind of vehicle of saving and investment you choose. So first is that when you look at the insurance penetration, we are below 3% in Kenya. We have other countries that are far ahead, like Morocco, South Africa. They do much better in terms of insurance. When you look at pension, so just about 13% actively. If you especially in the Kenyan context, if you add that to NSSF, then we push it up to about 22% in terms of coverage. But from an income adequacy perspective, we are not saving enough. And so you find income replacement ratios by the time someone gets to retirement, they are below 13%. And let me just unpack what that means. If you have a salary at age 60 of 100,000, what income replacement ratio means that your pension turns out to be 13,000 per month. So that is not likely to support the lifestyle and standard of living before active employment.
Yeah, it's I think all of us agree that Wambo will have to organize another session to bring Simon, because he has a lot for us, but we keep getting interrupted by the internet.
Sorry,
Yeah, we lost you there for a while, and you were saying that 13,000 will not be enough as income replacement.
Yes, and just to quickly tie it up, the levels of dependency at retirement in Africa is also increasingly becoming a concern as a result of modern day parenting. So most youth, they end up having children, they bring them back to their parents to be educated using their income savings. That becomes another constraint. So it therefore merits for, even if someone is at age 4, I just doing a quick math here. The opportunity of saving, say, for someone at age 30 on a return of 12% per annum to retire at age 60 and saving just 10,000 per month, they end up with 28 million, around 29 million, which gives them about 260,000 per month for life. If this person now starts off at age 40 with the same 10,000 per month, they will be able to, the future value drops from 28.9 to 8.6 million, just because of time compounding. So it helps to begin early, and it's never too late to start. Resources have never been scarce, only resourceful minds are.
Okay.
What do I mean by resourceful minds? They is a mindset that has ability to see and not to look, ability to see opportunities in the ecosystem of environmental resources that we are in, and turning it around. 1, to attract it your way. 2, to preserve. 3, to grow. But that requires a strategic intent. So I go back to what I began by saying, what is your money vision? And how will you get it? Thank you.